From ABC7, live breaking news.
And that breaking news, we have just learned a San Francisco 49ers player has been shot and is in surgery. Keion White's injury is non-life-threatening.
Let's go live to ABC7's Eyewitness News sports anchor Chris Alvarez. Chris, what do we know so far?
Yeah, right off the top of the hour here, we lead with breaking news both in the news world and in the sports world. 49ers defensive lineman Keion White, he is in surgery right now, and as Amma mentioned, dealing with a non-life-threatening injury. He was shot in the ankle in San Francisco earlier this morning. This news just coming within the last hour. The 49ers, remember, acquired White in an October trade with the New England Patriots. The team says they will provide further updates when it's appropriate. It is important to note right now that the injury is non-life-threatening, and that is also from our partners at ESPN. San Francisco police say it happened after two groups of people started arguing around 4 a.m. at a business in the Mission District. Police say an unknown shooter fired that bullet that hit White in the ankle. It is not clear if he was part of the argument or just a bystander caught in the crossfire. Now, this map shows an area where this happened. It is near Mission and 14th Streets, right under Highway 101. And as I mentioned to you guys right at the top here, this is a very fluid situation. We are getting more information. As we get more information and learn more, we will pass that along to you both here on TV and on our social channels and online. But for now, that's all I have here from Chase. And of course, the Warriors play later tonight. We will have an update on the Warriors and more on the Super Bowl 60 that has come and gone. But Keion White, again, shot in the ankle, non-life-threatening, is in surgery right now. We'll update you with more as we learn. Guys?
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. And as Chris mentioned, you can find updates to this story on our website, ABC7news.com, and on the ABC7 Bay Area app. If you download it and enable push alerts, you will get updates on your mobile device. For now, we say good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. We'll move now to a historic moment in the Bay Area.
When public schools are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back!
All schools will be closed to students tomorrow, February 10th. We want this strike to end.
No school tomorrow for San Francisco Unified. It is the second day in a row because teachers are on strike for the first time in almost half a century. San Francisco Unified is the largest school district in the Bay Area.
50,000 students and their families are affected. That's why we have team coverage to understand exactly what's going on in the negotiations room and to see how families are coping without school. And
before we hear from ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Suzanne Fawn, let's go live to Luz Pena with the latest. Luz.
Yes, Dan and Emma, this is the first teacher strike in San Francisco since 1979. I spoke to several teachers today who told me they don't want to be on strike, but said they feel like this is their only option at this point. The school district on the other side says they're trying to reach an agreement. The San Francisco teachers' strike is headed into day 2. The district announcing Monday evening there's still no agreement.
We recognize the urgency of reaching a full agreement. We understand the strain and the difficulty that school closures place on students and families. Every day matters, and we need to find a swift resolution.
And today they see our power!
After 11 months of negotiations, San Francisco teachers are on strike.
The district's giving us numbers that just don't add up.
San Francisco educators said they want a 4.5% increase in wages each year for 2 years. Initially, the district offered 2% raises for the next 3 years, but now it has offered 3% each year for 2 years. Superintendent Maria Su said the district is trying to avoid further cuts to schools as it faces a $100 million budget deficit for next year.
San Francisco Unified School District does not have unlimited funds. We are managing a structural deficit, and we are currently still under state oversight.
The district has also offered $24,000 in a health benefit allowance, which the educators union spoke out against on Monday.
We're looking for fully funded family benefits. Right now, if you have 2+ on your health care, you're paying $1,500 a month.
Nearly 50,000 students did not attend class on Monday. One of them is 8-year-old Santiago Garcia. His mom, Yerenia Tavares, is a janitor at ABC7.
Yeah, I have to bring it because I don't have nobody to take care of them.
Yerenia woke up her son today and broke the news to him. School was closed indefinitely. Was it hard to wake up and have to come here today?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what many parents in San Francisco are experiencing today. The school district confirming schools will remain closed for a second day tomorrow. Live in San Francisco, Luz Peña, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Luz, thank you so much. And no class is a big stressor for parents who have to deal with childcare and meals for young ones. We continue our team coverage with ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Suzanne Fawn, who is live in North Beach after talking with parents and students about how they're just trying to get by. Suzanne.
So, Alma, parents are telling me they're scrambling to find support for their kids because of the teachers' strike. Fortunately, the Salesian Boys and Girls Club and the Up on Top program in the Tenderloin are extending their hours, or they're offering free meals to help. At the Tenderloin Children's Playground, the Up on Top after-school program gives kids grades K through 5 a free and safe place to hang out. During the teachers' strike, Up on Top is also one of dozens of places offering free meals to students.
A lot of our families kind of deal with food insecurity a lot of the time. So, a lot of our kids come and aren't 100% sure if they're going to get meals at home.
I really appreciate this program.
Because of the strike, Shanice Hardy of the Tenderloin had to take time off from work to care for her daughter.
Especially with my daughter with a disability, it's very hard for me to find support for her because of her needs.
Jasmine Ferrillo took her kids to the Up on Top program for lunch. She supports teachers, but is worried about the impact of the strike.
I am out this whole week. That's the time I put in for, just to make sure that we were covered, especially because we know historically the last one was 6 weeks.
Mayor Daniel Lurie checked in on students at the Tenderloin Recreation Center and says this one-day strike is already too long.
I want our kids in school. I want them learning. The sooner we can get to an agreement, the sooner we can get kids back learning.
Over the weekend, Lurie asked for a 72-hour delay to allow for more negotiation, but the request did not stop the strike. In North Beach, the Salesian Boys and Girls Club, an after-school program, is stepping up.
We decided, hey, we're going to open. We got to help these kids that have no place to go.
At least 100 SFUSD students spent the day there instead of attending class.
Probably can't stay home because their parents are working, right? So we really feel great about helping the need for the kids, because that's all we really love the kids.
And the Salesian Boys and Girls Club here closed at 6 p.m. tonight. They say they will continue to open early and stay open late as long as the strike continues. We're live in North Beach. Suzanne Fawn, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Suzanne. There are resources to help families deal with the strike, from providing meals to independent study programs, and that is on ABC7news.com. Download the ABC7 Bay Area app, and we will send you a push alert whenever the strike ends and kids are allowed to go back to school.
The Oakland Police Department is investigating reports of shots fired on Summit Street. That's a neighborhood in the Hospital District off Webster and 27th Streets, right by Broadway. It happened just before 10:30 this morning. Officers believe the suspect barricaded himself inside a home with a gun. Oakland police have not given us any additional information. The California Department of Justice is investigating a deadly shooting in San Leandro. Authorities say one person was killed by Alameda County Sheriff's deputies early this morning. The Sheriff's Office says they got a call from a person saying he had a gun and was planning to harm others. When responding, 2 deputies fired shots when he came out of that house. No deputies were injured. The California DOJ is investigating because a state law requires them to review all officer-involved shootings where an unarmed person is killed.
A San Leandro City Council member charged in an East Bay corruption case announced today he's stepping down from his role. Brian Azevedo's retirement will be effective 9 tomorrow morning. That comes the day before he's scheduled to change his plea in a federal corruption case linked to recalled Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao. Azevedo previously pleaded not guilty. He's accused of lying to federal agents and accepting kickbacks from the Duong family, who are trying to sell renovated shipping containers as homeless housing to the city of San Leandro. The city council will meet next Tuesday to discuss options to fill Azevedo's seat.
All right, the clouds are here, and soon we'll have the rain, too. There's a light level 1 storm in tomorrow's forecast.
Yeah, it's finally back. Here's ABC7 News meteorologist Sandhya Patel with the forecast. Sandhya.
Hi there. Yeah, Amma and Dan, we're going to welcome back that rain. Let me show you a live picture right now. This belongs on a postcard from our Treasure Island camera. This view is going to be changing. We do have a light level 1 storm that is headed in our direction as you look at live Doppler 7, and tomorrow afternoon it moves in. As we go hour by hour at noontime, you will notice parts of San Francisco, the East Bay, the North Bay getting in on the rain. The rain intensity starts to pick up as we head into the afternoon hours, so the afternoon-evening commute will be impacted. You can see the downpours across parts of the Bay Area. That goes on well into tomorrow night and even into Wednesday. Chance of thunder tomorrow as well, so keep that in mind. It's a light level 1 on our storm impact scale. Tomorrow through Wednesday, that rain with downpours at times, the possibility of thunder, and that thunderstorm activity could generate some hail as well, gusty winds in the hills. I'll be back with a full look at that timeline coming right up. Dan?
Okay, Sandhya, thank you.
Coming up, did the Bay Area leave a good impression on the thousands of people who came for the Super Bowl?
And with Super Bowl 60 in the books, we're looking ahead to Super Bowl 61, and you don't have to look very far. Stay with us.
The Seahawks take flight. There they go. The Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks, boarded their plane and departed San Jose Maneta International Airport today. The team, of course, beat the New England Patriots 29-13 to win Super Bowl 60 yesterday at Levi's Stadium. And look at Sunday night's mass exodus of private jets from Bay Area airports after Super Bowl 60. Wow. According to Flight Radar 24, 5 local airports together saw a 1,136% increase in business jet departures during the immediate post-game hours. That's compared to the previous Sunday. The airports include SFO, Oakland, San Jose Maneta, as well as Livermore Airport and Hayward Executive Airport. And the game brought an estimated 90,000 visitors to the Bay Area. A lot of events were held in San Francisco. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Monica Madden is here with a look at whether the event made a difference to people's perceptions. Hi, Monica.
Amma and Dan, as you all know, San Francisco is not unique in our challenges, but many city leaders have lamented about the unfair share of hate that our city has earned over the years. But many people left this weekend with a warm perception of San Francisco.
How did the tens of thousands of visitors enjoy San Francisco's Super Bowl week? We went to none other than Union Square to survey tourists.
I loved it. I think it's great. The city looks good, and it's easy to travel around.
Amazing. Felt safe the whole time. Everyone's been really nice. Yeah, no bad words. So.
Do you feel safe while you were here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
no
police presence, security presence has been amazing.
The beautiful climate not hurting perceptions.
It's beautiful. Weather was great. I'm not looking forward to going back home to 5-degree weather, but...
Celebrities and commentators.
I'd like to reiterate the fact San Francisco was good to us. Hey, this is a nice city. We've been walking around here miles.
Also celebrating the city by the bay.
Enjoy the weather, enjoy the people. I've been eating great food, been trying all things. Everyone's been nice, so I have no complaints.
I asked Mayor Daniel Lurie how he'd rate the festivities.
How do you think San Francisco did on the world stage, and what are you hearing from people who came and maybe previously had bad perceptions of our city?
Yeah, I think San Francisco showed up and we showed out. People were so complimentary from around the world about how our city represented itself. All I heard from the commissioner on down was how amazing a week it was. I'm really proud of San Francisco.
A message he'll keep shouting from the rooftops.
Our streets were busy, our venues were full, and people experienced a city that felt safe, welcoming, and alive.
With the World Cup around the corner, where lasting and consistent improvements for San Francisco will be put to the test.
And that international tourism expected for the World Cup, it's going to mean a lot more visitors, significantly higher, with an even bigger opportunity for San Francisco to show off and make an impression on visitors from all around the globe. Dan, Amma.
Monica, thank you. It went so well here. A stark contrast for Levi's Stadium tonight is seen from Sky 7. A quiet day today, the day after the Super Bowl. Take a look. They're already taking down the Super Bowl signs. We saw crews hard at work today, cleaning up the decorations and removing the giant Super Bowl banners from the stadium. The spotlight now turns to Super Bowl 61. Today, the Bay Area Host Committee officially handed off the Super Bowl to Los Angeles.
In 2027, the Super Bowl returns to the Los Angeles region once again
taking center stage at SoFi Stadium for the second time this decade.
It isn't the only time in 60 years that two cities in one state have had the Super Bowl consecutively, but it is a very, very rare thing. California has the people, the cities, the sports teams, the sports fans, the incredible infrastructure, the hotels, and the ability to continue to invest in all these things.
Next year, you can watch Super Bowl 61 right here on ABC7 live from L.A. It will air on ABC7 as well as our sister station ESPN and streaming live on Disney+.
All right. Sandia's Super Bowl. More weather coming. Rain, finally.
Finally. We've been waiting and waiting, and it's here, Sandia.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? This is not the only storm I'm tracking.
Yay.
We have another one coming, so we're going to line them all up. Hi there, everyone. Dan, Alma. Let's take a look at a live picture right now from our SkyStar camera at Fisherman's Wharf. This is on top of that SkyStar wheel, and it is still dry skies as we look towards the Bay Bridge here, but things will be changing come tomorrow. Here's a look at live Doppler 7. There's the upper level low. It's going to drive a storm through here, front through here, and that's going to bring us some rain, but that low is going to meander off our coastline, keeping the wet weather going into Wednesday. Right now on live Doppler 7, we do have a lot of cloud cover. Here's a view from Santa Cruz at this hour where the waves aren't that big. 57 degrees in San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose 59, currently 55 in Half Moon Bay. Beautiful view from our Exploratorium camera right now. Everyone in the 50s from Santa Rosa to Napa to Livermore. By the way, today's high temperatures, low 60s, to low 70s. Mount Tamcan looking at the city by the bay. Tomorrow, rain spreads by the afternoon. A brief break comes Thursday afternoon into Friday, and then that other storm comes in this upcoming weekend, and it's going to stick around going into next week. So it's a light level 1 storm on our storm impact scale tomorrow through Wednesday. Expect downpours at times, chance of thunder and gusty winds in the hills. Here we go. Noon tomorrow, the North Bay is getting in on the rain. The rain intensity starts to pick up, indicated by the yellows and the oranges, and it's more widespread for the afternoon commute into the evening. 10:30 tomorrow night, I wouldn't rule out a clap or two of thunder either, by the way, so just keep that in mind. Going into Wednesday morning's commute, more wet roadways out there and even into the afternoon hours on Wednesday. So this is really going to be a 2-day deal as that low just kind of spins there. Rainfall projections taking you through Wednesday night. This is going to be a good soaking. Most areas will be between a half an inch to an inch and a half, up to 2 inches in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Speaking of mountains, 10 p.m. tonight until 4 p.m. Wednesday, above 5,000 feet, a winter weather advisory is going up. They are expecting up to 2 feet of snow on the peaks. A good idea to hold off on travel. It could be very difficult during that time. 30s to 50s for your morning temperatures. A lot of cloud cover, some fog out there tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. It is a cooler day, mid 50s to the low 60s, and definitely have your rain gear handy as you will need it. So here's the AccuWeather 7-day forecast. For our coastal areas, we do have a light level 1 moving in for tomorrow, sticking around through Wednesday. Possibility of thunderstorms, and then early Thursday, there's still a slight chance of a few showers. As we head towards the end of the week, we give you a break and then another storm coming in this weekend. I think Valentine's should be okay at right now, late day chance, but it's a 1 for Sunday and Monday around the bay. Tomorrow and Wednesday, a level 1. Make sure you have your rain gear. As we go into Sunday, Monday, we have another level 1. In between, you get a break. And here's a look at the AccuWeather 7-day for inland areas. It's going to be cooler. It'll be noticeable and wet. A level 1 storm for Tuesday, Wednesday. That brief break arrives before we bring in more wet weather for your Sunday and your Monday. Dan.
All right. Nice to get rain, break, and then more rain.
Yeah, that's good because we could take it in then.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Sandia.
Some say the halftime show was better than the game itself. Next, hear from local people who helped make Super Bowl history happen.
Millions watched the Super Bowl halftime show featuring Bad Bunny, but did you know Bay Area musicians and performers were right up there as well? ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Cornell Bernard spoke with locals who provided the music and others who were literally part of the big show's landscaping.
Violinist Rose Corelli reliving that moment. There she is, part of the strings section, backing up Bad Bunny during his epic Super Bowl halftime show. A pinch me moment for sure.
Yeah, there's me.
How's it feel?
I am so happy. This moment, that memory of performing on the field is going to live with me forever.
This San Francisco musician says the big gig came several months ago, shrouded in secrecy.
We initially had rehearsals in LA because the Grammys were happening, and so Bad Bunny had to be there for the Grammys.
Dress rehearsals at Levi Stadium last week with a clever plan to keep the show under wraps.
So the stadium was playing a separate set of music that was facing out, so you couldn't even hear it.
Not to spoil the secret, I guess,
Exactly.
right? Bad Bunny, Lady Gaga, and a cast of hundreds adding to the spectacle.
I really respect Benito Bad Bunny for how he speaks out and uses his voice to express what he believes in.
Remember all that lush foliage recreating the Puerto Rican countryside? It was actually people dressed in grass suits.
It was a little itchy at times, a little hot at times. It was pretty heavy. I would say 40 to 50 pounds.
Cam Corwin from Oakland became a grass person after his wife submitted an application. Producers looking for people who were tall and fit.
In the moment, we were all sitting there thinking, man, this is either going to flop or it's going to be a big hit.
Rose believes the experience was a huge hit. Not bad for this performer, orphaned in China as a baby and adopted by parents in rural Alaska, where her family home had no running water or electricity.
That was a very different alternative lifestyle. I never would have imagined I'd be able to have a career as a performing musician, and I never ever would have imagined that I'd be performing for the Super Bowl halftime show.
In San Francisco, Cornell Bernard, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
What a great story. As a Puerto Rican herself, ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Melendez reflected on the meaning behind Bad Bunny's halftime show.
So after Hurricane Maria, we lost power throughout the island, right? All those power poles and everything, it collapsed. And not only that, Puerto Rico had public utility. We owned it. Then in 2021, it was privatized. To this day, the island suffers a lot of blackouts.
And he said, God bless America.
Yeah.
And he listed countries across the Americas, like North America, South America, Latin America, and he had the flags, right? What does that mean?
Right. I think that it means that we're all in it together. We speak one common language, a lot of us. You know, we have to be united, but also united in America and Canada. I mean, why all this hate is what he's saying. Let's love each other and be proud of who we are.
Excellent comments from our Leanne Melendez. His show leaving a lasting impact, uniting identities at a pivotal time for the Americas.
A closed-door deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell ended with no more answers than when it started. That story is coming up. Also ahead.
We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help.
A new plea from Savannah Guthrie to help find her mother, who's now been missing for over a week.
We continue to track breaking news tonight. A 49ers player shot in San Francisco. Defensive lineman Keion White is going to survive. He's having surgery after being shot in the ankle. The team says they will provide further updates when it's appropriate.
San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie posted on X just 15 minutes ago saying, quote, any violent incident in our city is unacceptable, and I'm hoping Keion recovers quickly. He says he is grateful to the San Francisco Police Department for their quick response.
San Francisco police say the incident happened after two groups of people started arguing around 4 a.m. at a business in the Mission District. Police say an unknown shooter fired the bullet that hit White, although it's not clear if he was part of the argument or just a bystander caught in the crossfire.
She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help.
A desperate plea from a daughter. The search for Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie, is now in its 9th day. There are still no suspects and no real leads.
Today, the family posted a new video directly addressing the public. ABC News reporter Melissa Adon has the latest.
The search for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie now in its 9th day. The Guthrie family faced with a deadline of 5 p.m. Mountain Time to pay an unverified ransom alleging to be from Nancy's kidnapper.
We are at an hour of desperation. and we need your help.
Local and federal investigators in Arizona combing all corners of Nancy Guthrie's property, examining rooftop cameras, towing a car, and inquiring of neighbors.
If you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement.
Over the weekend, investigators examining what appears to be the septic tank on Nancy's property north of Tucson. Detectives also returning to the home of Savannah's sister Annie, the last place Nancy was seen alive on January 31st. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says this remains an active and ongoing investigation, but after more than a week, investigators have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to this case.
As we go past today, the investigators, the FBI and the county police and others will continue to work this case as hard as they can. At some point, they'll be out of leads. And, you know, it's a tragic thing to go tell a family.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for any information leading to Nancy Guthrie's whereabouts. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Santa Clara County Congressman Ro Khanna and a Republican colleague say they may reveal the names of 6 men in the Epstein files if the Justice Department doesn't do it first. Khanna and Thomas Massey of Kentucky say their research of the files revealed the men's identities, even though their names are redacted out. They say they'll give the DOJ the chance to unredact those names before releasing them to Congress. They believe the redactions simply go too far.
Our law was very clear. Unless something was classified, it required it to be unredacted. And they have not complied with that law. And that law needs to be complied with, because that's where a lot of the information is, especially about the powerful people in this country and what their involvement was.
Khanna and Massey authored the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which ordered the release of all unclassified records related to Jeffrey Epstein. Lawmakers questioned Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator and convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell today. She didn't answer any questions, instead pleading the fifth. ABC News reporter Christiane Cordero has more.
Today, the House Oversight Committee's closed-door deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell ended with no more answers than when it started. Maxwell pleading the fifth and refusing to address lawmakers' questions. Committee Chair Representative James Comer called the result disappointing.
We had many questions to ask about the crimes she and Epstein committed, as well as questions about potential co-conspirators.
What we did not get were any substantive answers to the questions that were asked that would advance our investigation.
Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison sentence for exploiting and abusing girls as young as 14 years old with Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ's latest 3 million-page trove of Epstein files is now available for lawmakers to view firsthand, unredacted. Oversight Committee members were seen walking into the DOJ to comb through those files today.
I went over there and I was able to determine, at least I believe, that there were tons of completely unnecessary redactions, in addition to the failure to redact the names of victims, and so that's troubling to us.
In the latest batch of files, new questions are emerging about Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who was referenced several times years after Lutnick said he distanced himself from Epstein. ABC's Jay O'Brien asked Comer today if the Oversight Committee plans to subpoena Lutnick. He didn't commit either way.
We're interested in talking to anyone that might have any information that would help us get justice for the survivors.
Several lawmakers, including at least one Republican, are now calling on Lutnick to resign. A Commerce Department spokesperson tells ABC News Lutnick and his wife met Epstein in 2005 and had very limited interactions with him over the next 14 years. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Gunshots in San Jose, both before and after the Super Bowl. Next, details from police on what happened and why the public should still feel safe.
A crash ended Lindsey Vogn's Olympic dreams in Italy tonight. How she's staying positive despite what happened. Fire caused extensive damage to a home in San Mateo County this afternoon. Sky 7 shows us the house on Edgewood Road in the Emerald Lake Hills. There was a significant traffic disruption. The sheriff's office sent an alert telling people to avoid Edgewood Road for a while. Thankfully, though, no injuries were reported.
Flames forced 4 people out of their homes today in San Jose. A house on Hebron Avenue started burning around 1 o'clock. Flying embers then spread the fire to a nearby home on Pomeroy Court. No one was hurt.
Now to a breaking news update out of the South Bay, where Super Bowl weekend was marred by 2 shootings. 5 people were injured in a shooting at Market and Santa Clara Streets. And another shooting near San Pedro Square left 2 people dead. ABC7 Eyewitness News South Bay reporter Dustin Dorsey has the latest.
Just a few hours after the Super Bowl fireworks, gunshots were fired in downtown San Jose.
This is why we can't have nice things.
San Jose resident Adam Jaradovac was sheltered in place following the shooting.
I started hearing pop, 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 pop. I heard around 4 or 5 shots. All of a sudden, I saw a lot of commotion happening outside.
San Jose police say 5 people were injured just before 11 Sunday night at Market and Santa Clara Streets. About 20 hours prior, a different shooting left 2 dead a few blocks away, around 2 a.m. near Paseo de San Antonio. SJPD says a suspect is in custody from the homicides, but both investigations are ongoing.
These were altercations that preceded shootings, not necessarily an area that's indicative of being dangerous or related to being shot or shot at.
Both shootings come just steps away from where the city hosted watch parties and other events for the Super Bowl all week long.
After just such a fun week here in San Jose, how disappointing is this?
You know, this does put a little stain on everything, but I was sheltered in place with a lot of other Seattle Seahawks fans, and they're saying, is this what San Jose is like? And I was glad to be the first person to raise my hand and say, no, this is not what San Jose is like.
Mayor Matt Mahan agrees and says not only is San Jose safe, but there should be no reason to worry with the World Cup coming next.
Do you have concern about a multi-week event when one weekend ended up turning so violent?
I don't, in the sense that we actually will be able to spread things out and space them out. And I don't know until we get the after action report, we really go through this with PD and reflect on what we've learned. If there are things that we need to change, if there are, we will.
Mahan and police both say you can't always prevent crimes from occurring, but what makes their city safe is their high solve rates after the fact. In San Jose, Dustin Dorsey, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
A Little League clubhouse in Hayward is recovering after a break-in early Friday morning. Surveillance video shows the thieves with the items in a cart leaving the clubhouse at the fields near Conley Caraballo High School in Hayward. They took about $15,000 worth of stuff, equipment. The baseball season is starting in about a month, and the community is coming together now to try to help the team, donating more than $5,000 on their GoFundMe.
I am thankful for the baseball community. It's small, but it is mighty.
She is right about that. The Hayward Police Department is asking anyone with information to reach out to them. Their tip line is on your screen. I'll read you the number, 510-293-7176.
The storm clouds are approaching. We are tracking rain in the 7-day forecast. That's next.
We now know Catherine O'Hara's cause of death. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, O'Hara died of a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot that stops the flow of blood to an artery in the lung. Her death certificate says rectal cancer was the underlying cause. O'Hara was best known for her starring role in Home Alone and Beetlejuice films, and for her Emmy Award-winning role as family matriarch Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek. She died in January at the age of 71. Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn is sharing her perspective on the terrible crash that broke her leg and led to her being airlifted off the mountain yesterday. She crashed just 13 seconds into her run when she hit a gate and lost her balance. She tore her ACL a little more than a week before the games, but was determined to compete. In an Instagram post, Vonn says, quote, "While yesterday did not end the way I had hoped, and despite the intense physical pain it caused, I have no regrets." She went on to say, "I hope if you take away anything from my journey, it's that you all have the courage to dare greatly. Life is too short not to take chances on yourself because the only failure in life is not trying." End quote. She explained her right arm actually hooked the inside of one of the gates, twisting her and resulting in the crash, which caused a complex tibia fracture. That's going to need a number of surgeries. She says it has absolutely nothing to do with her injured ACL.
Well, some team members of the Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks, got to enjoy an extra special day today. Reporter Bianca Buono from our sister station in Los Angeles caught up with them at Disneyland.
The Super Bowl 60 champions celebrating at the happiest place on earth. And for Seattle Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold, the kid from San Clemente who grew up coming to Disneyland, this is a homecoming.
I remember coming to Disneyland all the time with my family and having a great time, so it's unbelievable to be back here.
Darnold grew up just south of Disneyland in a beach town that has rebranded to Sam Clemente to support their hometown hero.
There's so many countless people that are in that community that helped me grow into the person that I am today. And yeah, just the overwhelming amount of support has meant the world to me.
Making his way down Main Street, USA, alongside Darnold is Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III.
I just feel like, I don't get the MVP without, my teammates around me. The O-line, wide receivers, defense, Sammy, everybody, just the way we banded together all throughout the season.
For both of these Super Bowl champs, this is a first. And as Darnold heads 30 miles south to San Clemente later this week to celebrate with family and friends, this time next year, about 30 miles north, it's Super Bowl 61 at SoFi Stadium.
That would be special, but we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to continue to enjoy this one a little bit more, and especially at Disneyland.
And this iconic Disney visit is a tradition that started in 1987 with Phil Simms of the New York Giants. Reporting from Disneyland, Bianca Buono, ABC7 News.
That's good fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun for people out there. All right, let's get live to Sandia Patel because she is tracking some rain.
Which we desperately need at this point, Sandia.
We do indeed. It's time for a reality check. Rain is coming back into the forecast, Ann and Amma. Good evening, everyone. Take a look at tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a cooler day, mid-50s to the low 60s. As you look at the rain chances, the morning is fine. It's in the afternoon that the rain chances start to go up, and they remain high into Wednesday. So here's the storm moving in tomorrow afternoon, evening. There will be a rain-snow mix in the Sierra as we go into Wednesday. This pattern continues. You get a break, and then Sunday going into Monday, we have another storm coming in. So this will be beneficial rain for the Bay Area. For the coast, the AccuWeather 7-day level 1 the next couple of days. Keep the umbrellas handy. You get that break towards the end of the work week, and then this weekend we have more wet weather in the forecast. A level 1 around the Bay shoreline for tomorrow afternoon through Wednesday. It is going to be dry Thursday afternoon through Friday, and then more rain Sunday into Monday. Valentine's Day looking okay for now. Inland areas cooler, 50s, level 1 for the next 2 days, and then we do get a little break before more rain comes back into the picture. Dan, Sunday into Monday.
Okay, thank you, Sandia.
All right, some basketball to talk about, and we've talked about the breaking news involving a 49ers player.
Yes, let's get to ABC7 sports anchor Chris Alvarez, who is live at Chase Center. Chris.
Yeah, and it just got a whole lot louder here at Chase Center. Warriors taking the floor. They're taking on the Grizzlies tonight. 2 more games for the All-Star break, and we got an update on how long Stephen Curry might be out for the Dubs. Plus, it was a Super Sunday for Sam Darnold, the former Niner, lifting the Lombardi at Levi Stadium. We'll go back to Super Bowl 60 yesterday here in the Bay Area. Coming up next in sports. Welcome to Sports Live from Chase Center as the Warriors get ready for the All-Star break. But first, 2 more home games starting tonight and then Wednesday before they hit the break. But we're going to start with football. Super Bowl 60 here in the Bay Area yesterday. What a scene it was for the rival Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, it clearly wasn't the prettiest game yesterday against the Patriots. Sam Darnold, the former Niner, connected with A.J. Barner for the first touchdown of the game early in the 4th quarter. Made it 19-0 Seahawks at that point, and the defense was just suffocating Drake May and the Patriots all game long. The Niners know that Seahawks defense is so good, and they saw it again in the Super Bowl. New England turned it over 3 times. They sealed the deal on that 45-yard touchdown right there. Seahawks win their 2nd title in franchise history, pounding the Patriots 29-13.
I don't think it's really hit me yet, to be honest with you, but it's special. And again, like I always say, it's this group is why it's special. The connection that all of us have as players, the love that we have for each other, the love that we share, throughout the building is special. And, I've never been at a place like it.
We're going to Disneyland!
And now they're at Disneyland in teacups. Yeah, one of the best parts of winning the Super Bowl, a trip and a parade to the happiest place on earth. Sam Darnold, man, he's a happy guy, along with Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, the running back right there, basking in the glow of championship glory at Disneyland. And hey, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. ABC and ESPN are your home for Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles. Mark your calendars now. It's going to be next Valentine's Day, Sunday, February 24th, 2027 at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Back here at Chase Center, the Warriors and Grizzlies tipping off just past the top of the hour. A couple of injury news and notes. Kristaps Porzingis, who was recently acquired in the Jonathan Kuminga trade, likely going to come back after the All-Star break. The team also announcing that Jimmy Butler had successful surgery on his torn ACL. As for Steph Curry, he's going to miss tonight, and he's also going to miss Wednesday night home game as well as the All-Star game. Steve Kerr announcing that earlier this evening. He's not going to play in this weekend's All-Star game, hoping he can rest that knee. The hope for the Warriors is that Steph can return for the first game after the All-Star break, Thursday the 19th, against the Boston Celtics. Look, they're 28-25, entering the night 8th place in the West. Coach Kerr knows it's important to finish strong before they hit that All-Star break.
Every year, the All-Star break just seems to come at the right time. You know, the players are pretty wiped out. I can tell by mental mistakes, you know, over the years, like the last few games before the break, and then the difference in the energy and the focus before and after the break. It's pretty obvious that everyone needs a little rest and a little vacation.
We'll have Warriors highlights tonight in 11, and recapping the news that we had at the top of our newscast. 49ers defensive lineman Keion White was shot in the ankle earlier this morning. The details are still coming into our newsroom, but the good thing is non-life-threatening injuries, and any information we will get, we will pass along to you both, obviously, on our newscasts, on our social channels, and any app pushes that you may have on your cell phone. But right now, the good news is non-threatening as we wait to hear the details more as it comes out as we move along. Guys?
Well, that is the good news there. Okay, Chris, thanks very much.
All right, coming up tonight at 8 o'clock, it is American Idol auditions. That is followed at 10 by The Rookie. Then stay with us for ABC7 Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock. That is going to do it, though, for this edition of ABC7 Eyewitness News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley for Sandy Patel, Chris Alvarez out at Chase Center. All of us here, we appreciate your time. Have a great evening. We'll see you again at 11.